Welcome to BeyondCyber, a podcast powered by UDT, where we talk with industry leaders from diverse backgrounds about cybersecurity, technology, and beyond to keep up to date on what's happening in the world right now. Let's get into it. Good morning and welcome everyone to the second episode of BeyondCyber. My name is Ali Janatha and I'll be your host today. Today we'll be talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace and why it's important. I'm joined by Paula and Elvis. Can you guys please introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Paula Euse. I'm VP of Marketing and Chair for UDT Boulders.
Hi, Ali. Happy to be here. I'm Elvis Urbina, VP of Customer Experience and Chair of UDT Social.
Awesome. So these two aren't just any regular employees here at UDT. They're very much in charge of UDT Bold. And I wanted to just take some time to talk about what UDT Bold is and why you started it.
So UDT Bold is basically our overall umbrella of all the initiatives that we have. ESG. So it's the environmental, the sustainability initiatives that we have at UDT, the social, which has the social responsibility and all of the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that we have. And then we have the G with the governance. So that has all the privacy and the security and all the standards that we follow as a company. So it's important to have something that, the employees kind of are part of and are also giving opinions as of how these standards should work and should be implemented.
Awesome. And we started this initiative back in 2018.
We did. So we started in 2018 and it all started as a women's board. So, it was it was a women's board. So we thought it was important for us to create something that we could talk about and also give our opinions and figure out if there are things that we could improve on. From there, it grew and it just kind of became more than just a women's board. It became more of what can we do in other areas and how can we involve everyone in the company, not just the women, because it was not just a women's thing. So then it became more of the UDT Bold board. And then now it's all of it, right? So it's not just the diversity, equity, and inclusion, not the service responsibility, it's everything else that we're doing. So we're super, super excited because it's, it grew into something unique, different, and great for everyone to participate in and contribute to it. So
awesome.
That's how we started.
And I am a member of the UDT Social committee, and Elvis is as well. Elvis, can you tell us some of the initiatives that we've been talking about that you're really excited about?
Absolutely, Ali. So there's three things that make up UDT Social. As you know, we're trying to take more better formation around the practice and the program itself. And so we've created three pillars within UDT Social. And they stand for corporate responsibility, employee experience, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. And each of those initiatives will have sub-initiatives that will drive forward, momentum around value creation. As I mentioned, these three elements contribute significantly to the corporate strategy, right? They roll right up to the corporate strategy. And from an employee experience perspective, our goal is really to drive employee engagement. We've gone through 2 years of a pandemic. Things are very different today than what they were 3-4 years ago. And really, UDT Social has an opportunity to bring people together, not only through, participation of corporate activities, but also through give back programs, which speaks to our corporate responsibility element. Essentially, our focus there is to really get involved in the community and align ourselves with charity organizations. And then lastly, from a diversity, equity, and inclusion perspective, our goal is to open doors not only to women in technology, but also to other diverse backgrounds to really take interest in technology. There's definitely a gap from a women's perspective. There's also a gap from a multiple minorities and background perspective. So we look to tap into some of those and create funnels and opportunities to introduce people to technology and potentially create career paths.
Love it. As someone who wasn't studying technology, was never super into that type of work. Working in marketing and getting to be a part of UDT Social, I love working with the diverse group we have even in that room. Everyone's from different parts of the business. Everyone does different things, and we all get to sit down and work together to make it a better environment. So love it.
Absolutely. I think that's an important component that you mentioned, right? Which is contribution from different facets of the company, from different roles within the company. That in it of itself is diversity, right? So it's not just a point of view of leadership, it's point of view of different individuals that occupy different roles inside of the organization with different thoughts. It was amazing when we got together early on to do some idea generation, and the amount of ideas that people were looking to really, contribute, and all the ideas that poured out that I was really, throwing. I was really surprised, but it also made me very excited.
Yeah, me too.
It's the same thing at the, like you mentioned in the marketing department, we have people from Spain, Ecuador, all over, right? And so when we talk and we discuss different topics, different things or things, projects that we have going on, it's really good to see how everybody's perspective comes from a place of their own environments and their culture, but at the same time it comes together into a whole different, and it makes it perfect, right? It makes it great. So I think that's where the discussion around diversity and equity and inclusion, and being diverse and inclusive and all these different things that we talk about is not just about talking about it. I think it's doing the work. And as a company, we do it. We do a lot of it. We just have to do more of it, I think, in terms of promoting it and telling everyone in the company what we're doing, which is why the committees are kind of forming, now more solid than before. And it's because now these groups are coming together. Now,
post-COVID, we can get in together.
Now we
like
can get
person.
together. They have different, they're going to come up with different ideas. It's not just the board coming up with, we think this is how it's supposed to be. Everyone has, they're going to come up with great ideas for sure.
Yeah. And so for you, Paula, so our marketing team, it's a pretty small team, and we have crazy diversity. We have people in Madrid, Ecuador, everywhere. How did that happen? Was it natural? Like, did you try to have people from different parts of the country?
We didn't actually. So it came up because I think like Elvis said, during COVID, everything changed and everything became different. And we found different ways of working together and different ways of engaging with people. And now remote was normal, right? So not normal, it was the only way, right? And so it came to a point where talent was difficult for us to find here, even though people were working remotely. It was just a lot going on. So we were forced basically into looking outside of the box and, finding talent in other places. And, luckily, right, it worked out. I don't think I would do it any other way now. I think I would continue to, foster that and do that, because I think it brings such a great environment and just different perspectives. But that's just kind of came out. It was a natural progression into, okay, let's find a solution. Let's figure out, this person is in Spain, this person is in Ecuador, this person is in, in other places. How can we make it work? Obviously. And so, there are ways as a company that we have to follow, in order for us to be able to do that. But, it's been really great for the marketing department. I think for other areas in the company too.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome. So, UDT is a tech company, obviously. We all know that. And there's a known gap between women and men in STEM and working in this industry. How do you think that UDT encourages women and people of diverse backgrounds and all of that to come work for us?
If I can take the question. So one of the things that we've already done here at UDT is we've elevated women into leadership in different areas of the business, right? So that's an important component because we need those voices to be in a leadership capacity. Additionally, we will continue to expand that as an opportunity within UDT, creating leadership mentorship programs. And certainly I have had the great privilege of having a diverse team because I lead project management and I lead customer success and I lead other elements of the business. And that allows me to invite different backgrounds, right, to participate in these different teams. And I've also got diversity within my leadership team as well. I'd like to take it a step further in the coming years, in the coming months, in fact. And one of the things that we look to do in 2023 is launch a year-round internship program. Today, most companies, including UDT, has a summer internship program. We'd like to make that a year-round program, so that we can invite different members of the community to participate. We've already started establishing partnerships with local universities, tech schools, and community colleges within South Florida, but also within the state, to create funnels and pathways for those opportunities to be created within UDT. And then we're also going to look at other communities within Florida, particularly around, the veteran space, to also invite them into UDT and introduce those folks that might not have specifically a background in technology.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I would like to add also that it's something. Technology, the tech industry has, it's been something that, male dominated, and it's okay, but there are reasons behind it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's because women have not been exposed, I think, as much to the technology side. I think as a society, we kind of boxed women into these career paths, and that's it, right? And so I think opening the doors and saying, and it's our job, like he's saying, we've done things like going to universities, talking to even at the high school level, just exposing them to what can they do in a technology company. And it's not just, there aren't certain careers that are only meant to be for women, and I think in technology, there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of different career paths that, that they don't know about. So it's our job to promote that, expose that, the mentorship, there's mentorship programs as well. So a lot of times here, the women that are in leadership positions, it's our job also to pave the way.
Yeah.
Right. And bring them into, bring different aspects of, okay, let me show you this. Let me go and put you 3 months here, 3 months there, so you can learn and you can figure out if that's something that you want to do. But I think those opportunities haven't been always the case, and I think it's us, it's UDT doing that, and with people like Elvis. And I know, like Elvis, there's a lot of different people that want to do the right thing and want a diverse group of employees, right? So those are some of the things, like the mentorship, the internship, 100% internships. That's how a lot of, these career paths have started in the internship program. So mentorship, internships, also getting sponsors, getting people at the company at an executive level to also sponsor and mentor some of the young talent that comes in, because it's not just about filling the gap. I think for us, it's not just filling the gap because, there's X number of this type of employee that we need to have, to meet the diversity gap, but it's about bringing the best talent.
Yes.
Right. And bringing the best talent and exposing different people, different areas in the tech world.
I can relate to that because I started at UDT this summer, and I feel like everyone here is so welcoming and so involved, and they want to be involved in your success. Our CEO, Henry Fletch, is amazing. He talks to us all individually and just really wants to help. Everyone genuinely wants to help you advance in your career, and I love it. So,
Allie, if you don't mind,
yes.
I'd like to make a comment about that. I think you're a perfect example of exactly, the opportunities we want to create and what we're talking about, right? you attended the University of Miami. You're a local, graduate. You came into a technology space in a marketing capacity, but you're getting exposed to different aspects
Definitely
of the
a
business.
lot of different aspects.
Absolutely. And you happen to be a female
Yes.
in technology as well now. And so we look to create other opportunities, right? So
A lot of people think of technology as, oh, it's just, technology boring. And, there are so many different faces to the technology world. I love it, but I think it's our job to bring in other people from other backgrounds. And it's not going to happen overnight. We need to associate ourselves, partner ourselves with different universities, associations like we're doing today, going out to the community and talking to different people and just,
getting the word out.
Getting the word out for sure.
Beyond Cyber is sponsored by UDT, where our motto is to accomplish more. We find motivation in providing our clients and partners with transformational solutions. Go to udtonline.com for more information. All right, so to wrap it up, we talked about why we started UDT Bold, what we're doing with UDT Bold, UDT Social. What do you guys see for UDT Bold in the next, let's say, 3 years? What do you see you're going to get out of it?
Ali, I can tell you personally, my goal here in the development of this here in the next 12 months, my goal would be really three things. One, it's really around fostering the employee satisfaction, right? Mm-hmm. Increasing that. And we do that, as I mentioned earlier, through multiple ways of employee engagement. We're going to tie that back into the corporate responsibility element, which is community give back programs. Mm-hmm. Our goal is to align with local organizations. There's many that need our help. And then also align ourselves to a national brand, mm-hmm. right? And we're going to be calling upon our partners and also some of our customers to help and participate with us in partnership. So we're really excited about that.
I'm excited about that too.
And lastly, as I mentioned earlier, I think the diversity and inclusion component continues to be very, very important here at UDT. And so that's also something that I'm very passionate about and will continue to foster and develop. Really, those really are the three major initiatives. There's going to be other things that will happen, but that'll get us on the right path moving forward.
Awesome. Do you have anything, Paula?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've seen a lot of the stuff that they're, I'm excited that we started this, but now it's kind of taking shape and, and you're seeing more people involved. That makes me proud and happy that, others, and it's just not just 3 people, 4 people involved. And,
it's great.
So it's really, really great. You guys have done an amazing job. Yeah.
Opportunity
for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, Paula and Elvis.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. I really appreciate you guys giving us your input and supporting even our podcast. So thank you.
This is amazing. This is very exciting. This is a great platform. Thank you for having us.
I want to talk more.
I know. Thank you guys.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Beyond Cyber podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, we would love if you give it a quick 5-star rate or share it with a friend or a colleague. Want to know more about the company behind the show? Head to udtonline.com and we'll catch you up on the next episode.